be scared. Nice to meet you, unitary robot. You've got to be polite to them because when they take over, they'll remember who was nice to them.
The hype around humanoid robots has never been greater.
This is a secret space where we train and incubate our intelligent robots.
But behind the spectacle, a fundamental question remains. Can human-like robots learn to navigate a world designed for humans as well, if not better, than we do? Here in China, the future's being built in real time, and nowhere is that clearer to see than the race to build robots that can walk, talk, and interact with the world just like us. I'm here to explore how far that tech has come and meet the next generation of humanoid robots. China aims to be a global leader in humanoid robotics, and it isn't leaving this to chance. The government has a national plan to build a world-class industry by 2027. To track this roadmap, my journey starts in Shenzhen, China's answer to Silicon Valley. A city where ideas move from blueprint to production at lightning speed. Few people understand the ecosystem better than Dr. Liu Shoshan, a robotics expert who's showing us where innovation meets the high street. Where are we headed?
We're going to the 6S shop. It's a full-blown robotic shop here in China.
And when you say robotic shop, we're talking about a place where you can go in, see robots and
You
buy
can
them.
buy, you can try, you can rent, you can just have the robot dance for you for 10 RMB.
And this is the world's first ever.
First ever.
Wow.
So here we are.
With a robot coming out to greet
Yeah,
us.
with our kids. Oh, fun. Oh.
Hello, robot. Nice to meet you. Can I shake your hand? Hello.
Yep.
And already drawing a huge crowd. We've come
They're
to the
gonna
right
play
time.
soccer.
Let's see if they've got any skills.
Yep. And see, this generation, they grow up with the robots.
Yeah, although they still seem very excited by seeing them.
Yep.
That was really cool.
The 6S store is like a car showroom for robots, where customers can experience cutting-edge technology and can tailor humanoids for their own needs.
So they sell all kinds of robotic products here, from toys to piano-playing robots. I think here's the only robotic 6S shop in China right now. But as people see its success, I think they're gonna replicate this kind of shop around the country. I don't think the shop's main purpose is to make money. Kids come in and see the robot dance, the robot play piano. They get used to it. So in the future, the real product come in, they don't fear those products.
Okay, so actually you think the real point of this is to demonstrate
Yes.
what they can do.
Yes.
What else do they have in this 6S humanoid store? Robot coffee
Robot
machine.
coffee machine. You cannot tell whether it's made by human or a machine.
That's an impressive thing to say. Oh, it's froth milk. I mean, that looks like fairly impressive froth milk.
Let's see. First time I see it as well.
You've not seen this happen before either?
Yep. There you go.
No way. Look at that.
Oh, that's you and me, huh?
That's the two of us.
Oh, wow.
A robot cup of coffee with our picture printed on it.
Wow.
Oh, it's a good cup of coffee.
Yep.
This really is the future.
You want to try the skeleton?
Absolutely, I want to try this.
It makes mountain climbing effortless. Let's start walking and see
Okay.
if you feel anything.
I can feel it, almost kind of Terminator style, actually moving my legs for me. Does it go faster?
Yep.
I might speed through a wall at this rate.
Wow.
Yeah, it does.
You are superhuman.
I feel like a superhuman in this, yeah.
The 6S store is a fun introduction to robots as consumer-ready products. But to better understand the technology driving them and why China is moving so fast, Dr. Liu invites us to his research centre.
The lab is called AI and Robotics for Society. In China, the vision is in future cities that will be filled with robots to complete different tasks.
Ah, what do we have here?
So we have some real-life humanoid robots.
Can I take a closer look?
Yeah, let's take a closer look.
It is very sci-fi. What is this robot able to do?
For example, electricity. If you send a person to operate the electricity box of high voltage electricity, it's quite dangerous. But if it were a robot to operate in those environments, and you don't worry about human lives.
In just a sentence, that sounds like a fairly simple thing to do, but in order to operate anything to do with electricity, you need to have the dexterity of your hands,
Right.
to use tools, you need to be able to think through, problem solve. How are you able to train a robot to do all of that?
You raise a very, very good point. It's a full-blown innovation in both software and hardware. I think one of the reasons that China is innovating that fast is that these big companies, or electricity companies and so on and so forth, they are willing to try. Even when the technology was not mature yet, it will give you a lot of chances to try and see how far you can get.
This might seem like a silly question, but why do you need it to be a humanoid robot to do this work?
Our world is designed for humans to operate in. So I think a humanoid form factor is the most generic form of form factor. Every business in the world, if they can grow, it's because they can achieve economies of scale. For small form factor robots, for special purpose, you cannot achieve economy of scale. That means the cost will remain very high for a long period of time. But then if you do these form factors, say if we sell 1 million of them, then the price will drop immediately. That's why I think a humanoid robot, in a way, it's the right way to go.
And scale is exactly what China is aiming for.
We're speaking here in Shenzhen.
Right.
What makes this such a hub for robotics and for innovation in the robotics sector? Why here?
If you know the history of Shenzhen, a lot of great companies actually from Shenzhen, whether it's internet, whether it's mobile phone, whether it's cars. Shenzhen has always been the most innovative city in China, like the Silicon Valley of China.
This thriving landscape creates an environment primed for robotic innovation.
Because of the intelligent electric vehicle revolution in China that's happening in the past, say, a decade or so, we can pretty much recycle a lot of components that are used in cars. BYD has the battery technology and car making or manufacturing technology. Huawei has the hardware sensing technology, the hardware is here. And Tencent definitely has the software advantage. If you combine them, it's enough to make a very good robot ecosystem.
What are some of the key challenges the robotic industry is facing when it comes to making these humanoid robots available in every home and every workplace?
What's missing currently is the mystery in the system, the large language model, the computing chips. Once the midstream is completed, then we see the whole loop is complete. We have the component, we have the system, then we have the customers.
China's push into humanoid robots is no longer theoretical. It's already being played out on the world stage. In the summer of 2025, Beijing hosted a spectacle, the world's first humanoid games. Among the standout performers was robotics company Unitree. And I've been invited to the firm's Hangzhou base to meet their world-famous robots.
Just check the motion as they walk across the room. Anne stands by itself and is able to balance, which is something that is technologically very difficult to do. And yet, it's walking across the room. Oh, wow.
This one is called G1.
It's so impressive to watch it do that. I can see that there is another far bigger one here.
Yeah.
Tell me about this model.
This one is called H1 and it's tall 1.8 meter and weight about 50 kilograms, so it's really heavy.
Can I see it move?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's moving. The way this one walks,
it's not quite so human-like. Why is that?
Because this one is the first generation, but we keep updating, keep improving. So that one is our second generation, and the Ford is about 1.3 meters.
Right, okay, so this is an example of how you've been able to develop these humanoids over time. Why smaller and lighter? Why does that matter?
Like H1 and G1 have a different purpose. Like the H1 is more applied in the factory, such as the car factory, and this one is more applied in the robotic research.
Why do they need them to be smaller in order to do that?
It's more flexible and more easy to handle to do the development because they can, based on this, the platform, and to explore the different scenario. And
Okay.
also the price for the G1 is more accessible for the researcher.
Right, okay, so how much would one of these cost for somebody to buy?
And now it's starting at $16,000.
Okay, I need to keep saving.
While seeing these humanoids has long been on my wish list, I wasn't prepared for just how close we'd get.
Slightly scared. Make sure that I'm out of the way.
Wow.
And already drawing a real crowd of people wanting to see it too.
As much as this is really fun to watch happen, is there more to this than just a bit of a gimmick? What are they learning from boxing each other?
Under the extreme environments, such as the punching, kicking, the robot should still maintain his balance.
Why is mobility such an important factor with robots?
Because we want the robot to get into the factory or enter up the family in the future. So the movement is the foundation.
How are they doing this? Is this programmed or is this acting almost autonomously?
Like the punch and kick have the algorithm inside the robot, but finding the balance is controlled by itself.
So it's teaching itself how to find balance.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So you want to try the box
Yes!
with the robot?
Definitely want to try and box with the robot.
Okay.
Is there anything I need to be careful about when I'm boxing a humanoid robot?
Will you be careful?
Just be careful it doesn't get me. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. I think I'm going to need it. Go. Round one of me getting beaten up. Okay, you ready? Ooh, please don't hurt me. Oh, okay. Oh, I need to give it a harder punch because it's actually quite sturdy when you punch it. And it can really correct itself. Wow, okay. Oh, it's too fast for me.
My terrible technique aside, this might look like a bit of fun, but it's actually training. Stress testing, balance, control, and recovery. The basics a humanoid needs to work safely around people.
Oh, it's solid, it really hurts your hand. Yeah, let's try head. Oh, I think I've broken it. Sorry, robot, please don't come back and get me. Oh, wow. Well, I think we can say it's a draw. Well done, robot.
Fresh from my first and hopefully last bout with a humanoid, I'm stepping out of the ring to find out how machines like this are trained to be more human-like. And that brings me to Shanghai, home to a company that's just made humanoid robot history. In late 2025, Agibot entered the Guinness World Records, completing the longest autonomous walk ever achieved by a robot, covering more than 100 kilometres over 3 days. But Agibot isn't just building headline-grabbing humanoids, it's also training them in real-world environments using large-scale data and learning systems to help them adapt to complex, everyday tasks. And that's exactly what we've come to see firsthand.
How about that? You arrive at the Agibot showroom and you're met by none other than a humanoid robot. Hello, ni hao.
Hi, 很开心见到你.
Do you speak English?
My name is Luca, a robot from Agibot. How are you doing today?
All right, well, nice to meet you. Bye then.
No worries.
a traditional welcome of sorts. That is incredible. So many toys to play with here. Tactile sensor on a robot hand. This really is the future. Well done, guys.
Beyond the polished showroom, we've been given rare access to a special training facility where the real work is happening. Dr. Yao Mo Ching leads Agibot's Embodied Intelligence Unit.
This is a secret space where we train and incubate our intelligent robots.
Can I take a look around? Can you show me around?
Yeah, sure. Here we have robots folding t-shirts, different kinds of t-shirts from different start points.
Wow.
Nowadays, the robots can learn to do things humans can do, but the learning process requires tons of data. The data includes all the sensor inputs, for example, the cameras, force sensors, as well as all the actuator controls.
I can see a person, a human being, by the looks of it, controlling what it's learning to do here.
Okay, yes, these guys are we call teleoperators. So they use VR headsets and joysticks to kind of remotely control a robot and help them to complete a certain task. Once we have a huge amount of such data, we will upload it to a data center where they can consume the data and train some embodied intelligence foundation models, and robots can use those models to do all kinds of these works autonomously.
So this is like a robot school. You're giving them the training that they can then go on to use themselves,
Yes.
using what you've described as embodied AI. What does that mean, embodied intelligence?
Yeah, so for the past maybe 10 years, we see huge progress in artificial intelligence. But this all happens in the digital space, right? Now, those intelligence capabilities can go beyond the digital space into our physical world and enable and empower those robots to do things we humans used to do.
Embodied intelligence means giving AI a body and forcing it to learn through trial, error, and experience, just like we do.
So here we have some housekeeping. If you have a messy desktop, the robots need to understand the environments. For example, put the snacks into a plate and put trash into the trash bin. We see two people, right? Instead of one, as we saw before. So one person tried to make some disturbance during the process. And the purpose is to make it even more difficult for the robots to complete. So here, what they are doing is called data annotation and the data qualification.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? Let's take a look at here. So after the teleoperators collect the data will be uploaded to the cloud. And those annotators will check if everything's okay. That means all the sensor data are complete. You are not dropping frames. The cameras, field of view are okay. And all the actuator, the motor control signals are recorded correctly.
So this is essentially, in the school analogy, the teachers checking the robot's homework. In future, will you need the number of human beings currently in here to train the robots, or will it be robots training robots?
I think as we have more and more data and better foundation models, the amount of data needed to train robots to do a very specific task will be less and less. Because foundation model has something called a few shot capability. That means if you have a very strong foundation, it only requires very limited amount of new data to adapt to new environments for unseen new tasks.
Wow,
Yeah.
and then they'll really take over. Can we
Yeah.
take a look in some of the other spaces
Yeah,
here?
sure.
There's so much going on in this facility.
So this is a mock-up of the home environment. So this is where people are most interested in. People want robots to enter their home and do all the household works for them. Yes.
How far away are we from this actually being a reality? How quickly can I get one of these in my home is what I'm really asking.
Yeah. So I think maybe 3 to 5 years to let the robot be well trained to complete all these tasks, and at the same time be safe enough and cheap enough for all the consumers to buy it. Yeah.
And I'm noticing there's a real theme here with the types of tasks your robots are doing, from commercial to domestic. It's a lot of tasks that most of us don't really want to do. Is that the current usage model you see for the robots you're creating here?
Yes, yes. We want robots to boost the overall productivity of our society. First, we will try to deploy the robots in factories. Those are more controlled environments, and the tasks are usually well specified. Secondly, I think they will start entering some semi-controlled environments like shops, grocery stores, right? And sometimes there will be customers in the store. And then I think eventually they can be a good worker in the home, so they can help you to do tedious daily work.
Oh, that makes me very sad that the
Yeah.
home is coming last on this list.
Next, let's take a look at the supermarket.
You have a supermarket and a robot training facility.
Yes, we are trying to train them to do restocking.
Which is
Yeah.
what we can see here.
Yeah, it's very challenging work because there are many kinds of different drinks. The robots need to be able to identify, to understand, and also they need to be put in their corresponding locations, right?
So training the robot not just to pick up different sized objects, but know where to place them.
Where to place it.
Okay, one thing I've noticed with a lot of these robots is, although they do look kind of human-like, they don't have the dexterity of human hands, but I have spotted something on the other side of this room that has got hands. Can we go and take a look?
Oh yeah, let's go.
What's happening here?
Yeah, so for previous ones, we saw robots with 2-finger grippers. This robot is equipped with 5 fingers, just like us.
And I can see your colleague here training it.
They are wearing a special glove to control the hand movement.
So this robot has human-like hands, and the training here is about being far more precise in terms of what it can do with those human hands. But I can't help but wonder, human hands, ours, are capable of lots of different things. How tricky is it to replicate that in humanoids?
Yeah, human hands probably have more than maybe 20 degrees of freedoms. We can make all kinds of patterns and manipulations, right? But in order to do so many degrees of freedoms, you have to install a lot of motors inside. So that makes the size of the hand, the weight of the hand, and also the price of the hand very challenging.
Right. And it's not just the movement that's quite complicated with human hands. We're also able to sense, to touch, to know how much we can hold something in a really delicate way versus hold on to it tightly. How tricky is it to replicate that in humanoid robots?
Yeah. So we have a new generation of hand we call the OmniHand Pro. So we have tactile sensors on the fingertips and on the palms, and also some force sensors inside each of the joints, so that the robot hands can sense very delicate tactile feelings, right?
Wow.
When it contact with the objects.
Is this the holy grail of robotics, building hands on robots that are just like ours?
Yeah, this is the holy grail.
Okay, well, I have to ask, can I have a chance to try and help train this robot to use its hands?
Yes. Have a seat.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm just putting these on like I would a glove. There, okay. It's not every day you get to wear robotic gloves and train a robot to use its hands like we do. Okay, hands up.
Yeah, keep like that.
Okay.
Now you can start move slowly.
Okay, let's try and pick something up.
See if you can pick up a straw. Oh, great job.
Ah, training a robot to pick up
You
a
are
straw.
talented.
What is this actually teaching the robot beyond it being very cool? Not that talented. Dr. Yao, beyond this just being a pretty fun thing to do, what is this teaching the robot? Why is it important that the robot has this level of dexterity?
Yeah, because for many of the tasks we are facing in the daily life, they require multi-finger cooperation to handle very small objects. So during this process, we are teaching the robot to do a so-called closed-loop control, to see the environments and to plan the movement of each fingers, and then most importantly, the fingers need to cooperate with each other to finish the task.
This is much trickier than it looks.
It's very tricky. Yeah.
That's really cool. talking about the next generation of robots entering the workforce, the real world, how challenging is it to teach a humanoid robot to learn about the world they're in?
So the most challenging part for robots learning is the lack of data. Robots need perception data and the motion control data. Those we cannot acquire from the internet. We have to deploy robots into the real world and use all kinds of techniques to collect the data from their scenarios.
What does the next decade look like for humanoid robots with embodied intelligence?
Over the next decade, I think they will be more naturally and smoothly integrated into our daily life. We can communicate and interact with those robots in just natural language as we talk to human beings, right? So they can understand our open questions, understand our intent, our vague instructions, and finish what we ask them to do.
Does that mean that we're going to have robots sometime in the near future who are actually more intelligent than human beings?
Yeah, I think that's highly likely.
Does that make you fearful or excited for the future?
I think I'm more excited about that because I think robots will still be very useful and controllable products for us. Yeah.
Is there really more to this technology than just being a bit gimmicky? Because it certainly looks and sounds really cool. Is this going to be transformative?
Yeah, robots can work 24 hours, 7 days a week, right? And also, they always have a very good mood.
They're compliant,
yeah,
aren't
yeah. So it's very consistent, right? Consistency is actually very important for manufacturing. You don't want this batch of products and that batch of products have different level of quality, right? So robots are the perfect workers in that sense.
Should I be worried for my job? Will a robot be standing here in 10 years' time interviewing you, or in fact a robot who's running this company?
This is very likely to happen in the next decade, but I would be very, very happy if robots can do such a complicated task in the future. Yeah.
In China, the rise of this technology is no longer a distant dream. The question is no longer if humanoids will enter our world, but when.
We've seen humanoids capable of doing more and more in recent years. What keeps you up at night when you think about their development?
As a human society for the past, tens of thousands of years, the very basic fabric is the connection between people. Now you insert something in between. My kid growing up may be talking to a robot more compared to talking to a human. What's the meaning for a society? Do we integrate robot as part of the society, or is it an invader? That actually keeps me up at night.
How about what excites you most about the future with humanoid robots?
Well, I don't need no one to take care of me when I get old. There's a robot to handle all my chores, so I don't have to worry at all.
And do you see that realistically happening in your lifetime, that having a humanoid robot in your home will become as commonplace as owning a smartphone?
If you think of the first generation of iPhone, suddenly you hit some point, it's ready, boom, it goes exponential into another era. Robotics like that. Now it needs better hardware, better wiring, better software, but one day when all these components come together, then suddenly you will see a robot, a breakthrough robot. They can accomplish a lot more tasks. My personal projection with the current innovation pace in China, I think 5 to 10 years, we'll see that moment.
As humanoid robotics moves from the lab to the real world, perhaps the question we should be asking is if humankind is ready to make room for something entirely new.